Here we go. Morning, everybody. This is the 10th grade A, and today's Thursday, 11th of November. And in today's agenda, we're going to have a look at some things that we checked in the previous class, which are connected to the past perfect. We're going to do some activities from the workbook on the page 90, and then we'll be focusing on vocabulary, time linkers, and collocations about illness, and vocabulary in general about illness. Then to finish the class, we're going to just review some vocabulary about hobbies and interests, because this is the previous class to the test. Well, today's recommendation goes with Dune, which is a book, and it's there is an old film about Dune, but next year probably will be released a new version of Dune, starring the young actor Timothy Chamberlain. Is that the correct name? Am I correct? Timothy Chamberlain. Well, anyways, it's promising. The book is really good. If you like science fiction, this is the book. Okay, it's as big as Star Wars. It's massive book. So please have a look at Dune. It's amazing, and hopefully the film is as good as the book. Now we have The Witcher. The Witcher is a series, but before a series, it's also a book. Okay, it's a book about a witcher, or a person who kills monsters. And there is a series on Netflix starring Henry Cavill, the most handsome man in the universe. And also it's a video game. So if you're a video game fan, totally recommend it, especially The Witcher 2 and The Witcher 3 are really good. There's a channel which people recommended to me last week. Davey504 is really funny. He's a YouTuber who plays the bass, and he goes around playing the bass. And it's quite interesting because he is really funny, although he's really serious. So do you know that that channel?
Yeah.
Good, that's good. He's funny. I liked it. Every day I try to watch a video. And also The Hunting of the Blind Manor. This is a series available now on Netflix. It's really good, to be honest. I was surprised. Sometimes when you enter Netflix and you see all the trending movies or series in Chile, you're gonna say, they're all rubbish. But this actually was good. It was good. So recommend it, absolutely. Finally, Shuntrack. Shuntrack is a YouTuber again who reviews music. So, well, this is David504. David504 is really funny, and he plays the bass. So he challenges people to play the bass. And I like his humor. And he speaks English, which is even better. The other one was Shuntrack. He reviews music, but in a more professional way. So if you are interested in a song or an artist, he will review everything. This one is in Spanish, which is not my preferred, but it's really interesting. So it's worth the time, absolutely. And it's really good, to be honest. He's a producer, so he knows more about music than others. And what was the other one I recommend? Davey504, yes, yeah, and yes, that was it. Now, about the phrases, today's everyday English phrases. I would like to go around and have a look if you know them. So let's start off. We have make up your mind, to cut someone, or to cut somebody some slack, like cut me some slack, please. Speak of the devil, and to be under the weather. What about the first one? If you say, come on, Peter, make up your mind. The red one or the blue one? Come on. What does it mean if you say that?
Decídete.
Yeah, decide yourself. Thank you. Decide yourself. So make up your mind, right? That's a good, very good expression. When someone is doubting a lot and it's, I don't know which one. Come on, make up your mind. We have no time. Okay. Have you seen this expression before? Cut someone some slack. Usually it goes like, cut me some slack. Example, context. Nachira is doing a lot of homework and studying a lot, and she's very stressed. And the parents keep saying, Nachira, did you make your bedroom? Nachira, did you fold the clothes? Nachira, tidy up your room. Nachira, please remember the teacher said this and that and that. Nachira, can you go to the supermarket for us, please? And then Nachira one day says, Dad, please, come on, cut me some slack. I'm really busy and I'm really stressed out. Please, cut me some slack. What do you think is that? If you cut someone some slack. What do you think it means to cut someone some slack? People, anything? Slack means correa most of the time, at least for, you know, like, I would say dogs mainly. So if you cut someone,
Give me a break
give
or
me
something.
a break. Yes, that's the best expression. Yes, give me a break. So if you cut someone some slack, is please give me a break. I'm fed up, okay, with this. So please give me a break. Give someone a break. Cut me some slack. Deja de controlarme. Okay, so for example, when you usually go out, right, and you get okay, you go out to walk your dog, and your dog is, you know, like pushing, you want to escape, and you sometimes cut some slack. Okay, so you give it more slack, you give it more space, you give it more rope, so the dog is freer. So cut me some slack is like that. Yeah, give me more space, give me some time. All right. What if you say speak of the devil? Have you heard this phrase? It's really common, I'd say.
Significa hablando del rey de Roma.
Yes, yeah. Speaking of someone specifically. Yeah, hablando del rey de Roma. So speak of the devil. So we are talking about, okay, there's a conversation of three people, and we're talking about Peter. Yeah, Peter, you know, yeah, he's cool. Yeah, you know, sometimes he's a bit nerd. Oh, but he sells cocadas, too expensive, man. Yeah, let's steal the cocadas. And then Peter comes, says, hey guys, and speak of the devil. So when you say speak of the devil, we all know that he's talking about Peter. Peter, are you selling cocadas still?
No, teacher, I don't have anyone to sell it.
Ah, man, come on, they were so nice. And you were so successful with the cocadas. There was always running out of cocadas. All right. And okay, that's the thing. Speak of the devil. And then we have when you feel or when you are under the weather. What do you think is that expression means? When you feel under the weather.
When you feel bad.
Okay,
Maybe.
okay. Yeah, I would say you feel bad in in the health department. Okay, so you feel ill. Okay, so you're feeling ill. So for example, you may say, how are you doing today? I'm under the weather today. I'm under the weather today. So we know that you're sick, okay? You know, and running nose or cough or sneezing, okay? So you feel bad with the body, right? Yes, Mr. Toro, you're present. And actually, Mr. Alvaro is here now. Alvaro Guerra. Hello, Alvaro. Yeah, all right. So we have now the expression solved. No worries, man. So make up your mind, decide yourself. Come on, make up your mind. Cut someone some slack. Cut me some slack, man. Speak of the devil when you're talking about someone. that is out of the grip and suddenly comes in, and to feel or to be under the weather, which means to feel sick. Alrighty. Having that said, let's move on. So I mentioned that we're going to review some stuff about from the previous class, and those are connected to the past perfect. So I'm going to use the book today, and I'll be moving towards the workbook. Did we do this? Question. Did we do this? Yes, no.
Yes, we did it.
We did it. Okay, good. Did we do number 1, number 2? Did we do number 3?
We did it too.
Yeah, we did it too. And number 4? I don't think so. Okay, let's do it. I think number 4 wasn't finished. All right. So thank you, Flo. We finished number 1, number 2, number 3. So it's time to do number 4. All righty. So we're just going to review. So it says use the past simple and the past perfect. So quickly reviewing some stuff. I have the past perfect here, and I have the past simple here. These are two very different things. Okay, past simple and past perfect. Can you tell me one characteristic from the past perfect, please? That we had a look last class. Can you give me one characteristic? Can anyone give me a characteristic from the past perfect? Anything? Holy. Okay. Good contribution. Good. All right. Miss Castillo, easy. I was asking a serious question and then Oli. All right. It seems like people don't remember, but we mentioned some aspects of the past perfect. Some boring things, like for example, past perfect is the first event in the past, okay, or we can say the earliest event. We mentioned also that we can use the auxiliary had or hadn't. Oh, come on, don't be a dick. Okay, had, and also we use the verbs in PP, in negative and positive and questions. Okay, PP is past participle, right? Always. All right, so those are some of the characteristics. So what we're going to do is complete with either past simple or past perfect, depending on the chronology of the order of events. Remember, the past simple is always the event number 2. Okay, it's in the past as well, but it's the event number 2. Okay, this is the second event. We don't use auxiliary, we use just didn't for the past simple. Base verb, and for the regular verbs we use the verbs in past simple, the second column, and that's it. All right, so let's do it. So this is story. It says Tina had eaten 3.5 biscuits and was starting on a 4 when she making strange noises. What do you think comes here? Oh, participation on the chat. I like that. Very nice. Perfect. Okay. Okay. Yes. No worries. Good luck, my dear. Okay. Participation. It can be in the chat or can be orally. Let's do it. Started, yeah, when she started. So we have two events here. And I mentioned this before. I think I mentioned to the other class. The past perfect usually doesn't exist if it is not with the past simple close to it, okay? In the same sentence. So we have here, obviously, thank you. Okay, so we have here this idea. We have one sentence, a very long sentence, and we have a past perfect, and usually goes with the past simple because otherwise it doesn't make sense. If you don't have the past simple with the past perfect, it doesn't really make sense to use it because you say había something, but also you need another reference of time. So usually we're going to see them together. And that's why we learn them together, because then we can see the contrast. So yes, Mr. Peter is, and when she's studying at fourth, when she started making strange noises, so probably something is happening. I at her, and I immediately that a large piece of a biscuit gets stuck on a throat. Sorry. So what do you think it comes next?
Looked.
Wow, good pronunciation. I looked at her, and I looked at her, and I knew, yeah. Why is this? We have a sequence of events. When we have events that come 1 and 2, and usually separated by a comma, or separated by and, or then, or so, usually both of them are past simple. So for example, I can say, I entered the house and I removed my shoes. Both of them are past simple because it's a sequence of events. It's very different from what we do with the past perfect. Usually we contrast two different events in time, but this one is a sequence. So our events there could be separated by minutes or separated by seconds. Okay, so in this case, I looked at her and I knew immediately that a large piece of a biscuit, what happened? Get. What's the correct thing here? Let's put ourselves in the timeline. I can see the girl, Tina. Tina is like, okay, so I looked at her and I knew what happened. Yeah, but we need something extra.
Had got.
Yes, she had got, or she had gotten. Some people write gotten. Okay, let's write gotten. She had gotten stuck. A piece of a biscuit had gotten stuck in the throat. Okay, gotten. Sorry. No me deja. Had gotten. And gotten es más viejo, entonces ya no lo ocupan. So a piece of biscuit had got stuck in her throat. So this is the order of events. I looked at her and I knew that something was going on. So before I knew and before I looked, there's another event number 1, that she was choking, that she had something on her throat. Okay, she was like, So it says, then that years ago, then I remember that years ago I attend a first aid course that they teach us how to help someone in this situation. All right. What happened next? Then I remembered or had remembered.
Remembered.
Yeah, remembered. Me acordé, no me había acordado, me acordé. Remember that years ago I attended or had attended people, come on. I have only Benjamin,
Had.
Peter, and Flosita.
Had attended.
Had attended, like I had attended a first aid course. What is a first aid course?
Curso de primer auxilio.
Yeah. I think we have to include this in the vocabulary list. First aid. First aid. All right. So they had attended a first course aid, and they taught us, or they had taught us.
The PP.
All right. So it says, then I remembered that years ago I had attended a first course aid, and they had taught us. I'm a bit confused here. It could be taught us or just had taught. Let's see how it goes. To help someone in this situation, I run around Tina, put my arms around her waist, and joined my hands together in front of her and pulled as I could. All right, how we got? What I did next? Let's do it. Let's go.
I ran.
I ran, not run. I ran around Tina, comma, sequent event. Está contando todo en secuencia, entonces todo va así con coma, y dice esto. And I mentioned that when that happens, it's always the past simple. So what's the past simple of put, by the way?
Put.
Put, yes. It's put. Okay, yeah, so we have a run around Tina, put my arms around her waist, okay, de su cintura. There's a sequence of event again. The chat. Let me open it. Joined, yes, Mr. Peter. Joined my hands together in front of her, and we have again connection. We have commas and. So past simple again. Past simple of pull.
Pulled.
Good pronunciation. And pulled as hard as I could. As hard as I could. Then I hear a cry from Tina, and I know that the food come out. Tina gave me a big hug. That first aid lesson probably saved her life. Goodie. Now, what do you think? It says then. I mentioned another.
Heard.
I heard, yes.
Heard.
Oh my God, my dyslexia. I heard, because it's a sequence. Then, so, the comma, and they express sequence, and that is past simple. Then I heard a little cry from Tina, like something like that. Oh, ooh, and I
Knew.
knew, y yo supe, o sabía, o me di cuenta that the food. A ver si me pueden ordenar este.
Had came.
Yeah.
Had came.
Let me see. So we have is come, came, come. So it's again come. Had come. And came is the past simple. And come,
Yes.
come again is the PP. That's strange. I don't like that verb. Come, came, come. Okay.
Me either.
Should it be common or something like that? A bit more different. That the food had come out. Que la comida había salido. Good. Then Tina give me a big hug. The first aid lesson saved her life. So Tina
Gave me.
gave me, gave me a big hug. in that first 8 lesson probably saved their life, or probably
Had
saved.
saved.
Había probablemente salvado su vida. Yeah, had probably, I like it, had probably saved her life. Let's go and check. All right, had thought. Entonces, solo thought. Sorry, está mal escrito. Está bien, pero me enredé con el verbo. Me conté, teach, taught, had taught. So we were correct. That was very good. People, do you have problems with the order or understanding the past perfect? Have you got any issues with this? Any real problems? By the way, sorry. People? Okay. Have you got any problems with this? People?
I personally just have troubles with the irregular verbs, the past simple and past participle.
Alrighty, so in your case, the recommendation is go and visit the website I put in your Google Classroom. And I think you have verbs here, irregular verbs. And here you can practice from level 0, which is baby, baby level. And then you can practice them online and check. This is a good website. Only if we had this before, I would have learned the verbs so much easier. If I had to memorize them, that was no fun. All right, so here you can visit Flow and practice here all your regular verbs, and you will know them all. Then you have level 5, all the verbs. And then you can check more and more and more. All right. Another recommendation.
All right, thank you.
Another recommendation is to listen to the irregular verb rap. The irregular verbs rap, okay? It's also a good idea because...
Greetings, friends. Today is all about irregular verbs. Learners often find those irregular verbs. Be, was, were, been, become, became, become. Begin, began, begun. Blow, blew, blown. Break, broke, broken. Bring, brought, brought. Build, built, built. Burst, burst, burst. Buy, bought, bought. Choose, chose, chosen. Catch, caught, caught.
No, este no lo había visto, está bacán. Me lo voy a guardar para mí. All right. You can have a look at this. I often don't know if I need to use had, the verb in irregular form, past or not. Can you explain that a bit better, Kine, so I can help you out? Because I got confused. Don't know if I need to use had there. Okay, let's do something. Okay, look. I have a mini test here. We can do this. We can do some activities from the past perfect. If it opens, of course. Okay, meanwhile, all right, it opened. Here we have it. Okay, goody. Let me see. Past perfect. Past perfect, past simple. There we have one. The number 6 one. Oh, can I move it just like I want? This one, number 6. I think it's good. No se puede mover libremente. A ver. Ajustar. Ah. Okay, let's do this last one. It says complete the text with past perfect or past simple. So Kenya, try to write your request, please. I often don't know if I need to use had, the regular form of the verb, past or not, etc. I still don't get it. Well, let's see. It said not run, start here, do, enjoy, and finish. So this one is done. Bye-bye. What should we use now? It says, my mom did the London Marathon this year. She running, but she 26 miles before. What do you think goes here? Ah, the time and the moment. Ah, right. All right, I get it. Okay, let's see if here we can get a conclusion and then explain even better. So what do you think goes here? So we have everything is in the past, you know, we know that. Okay, so in this case, what we have is that we can have in the past or the present, whatever, different sequence of events that are in the past, that is the past perfect. We can have events in the past and then finished, and that's the past simple. We can have events in the progress in the past that were happening in the past, and that's past continue. So when we study the past perfect, usually we mention that the past perfect is before the past simple. It's something that había pasado, okay? For example, I explained the other day that I entered the house and someone had stolen my PS4. So I entered the house is the past. I did it yesterday. When someone, before I came, before I arrived home, someone had come in and had taken my PS4, and that person had run away. So all of those actions had run away, had taken, had opened the door, that person had taken my things. All of them are in a previous past to the one when I arrived. When I arrived is the past simple. And all of the other things that had happened before, and I'm using the past perfect again, they happened before that, before coming to the house. That is the past perfect, things that had happened before the past simple. So you mentioned here, she started running, but she oh, me salió abajo. She started running, but she I don't know. Let's see. So we have hadn't run. That's the only negative. Okay, so that probably is that one. But she didn't run 27. Okay, sure.
I think it is she enjoyed.
Yeah. Hadn't run. I agree. She hadn't run. Ah, come on. Don't be. All right. She enjoyed running. Le gustaba correr, pero nunca había hecho una maratón. Ahí está. She enjoyed running, but she hadn't. ¿Por qué no hadn't run? Run. Because the verb is incorrect. When you use the past perfect, okay, we have the past perfect here. We have the auxiliary, hadn't, and we need the verb in PP. Okay, and the PP of ran is run. So you have the same idea. You have run, ran, which is the past simple, and you have again run, the PP. It's the same thing that we were commenting with flow. Is come, came, come. It's the same idea. It's a bit confusing, but we use always the PP. Yes, Skinner. That's the rule. All the perfect tenses, the passives. Okay, the perfect tenses, the passives. Yes, all of them use the PP verbs. All of them use the PP verbs, and also the third conditional that we're going to check it next year if I'm this school. Okay, so this is the PP, this is the PP. So that's why with flow, I would recommend to have a look at the verbs because we are not in classes all the time. It's difficult to remember all of them. So it's hadn't run. So she enjoyed running, but she hadn't run 26 miles before. So that we clear with that. Like, it's just like me, for example. I like cycling, but I hadn't cycled around 10 kilometers before. So she, what did she do?
Started.
She started, yeah, she started. Empezó. She started training in January, and by April she was ready. I thought the race was hard, but also a lot of fun.
Had heard.
Yeah, I agree. Had heard. Había escuchado antes. Entonces, antes de que, antes de como que mi mamá terminara de entrenar, yo ya había escuchado antes que la carrera era divertida. O sea, que era difícil. Había escuchado antes de todo esto. The race was hard, but a lot of fun. Mom said there were lots of people cheering and clapping, like, hey, bravo. She liked it and
Finished.
Terminó. No es había terminado. Terminó la carrera en 5 horas. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so in the case of the PP, just a bit of a spoiler alert. You have the test next week, okay? Here I have my calendar, my beautiful calendar. And if we have a look at it, you on the 19th. And I prepared, if you go to your unit number 4 in your Google Classroom and you go Trabajo de Clase, you can see here it says study material for test number 1. So here you click on it and you have all the vocabulary, there's a lot of vocabulary, sorry. The structures, past simple and past perfect, the use of past perfect, cómo se ocupa el past perfect, ¿ya? Y verbs en past participle, verbs en PP, okay, que van a aparecer y lo van a tener que usar. Y hay un listening. Además, les puse aquí la página de los verbos irregulares para practicar. O sea, les puse una lista en realidad. Les puse la página para practicar el past perfect. ¿Ya? Y también sale las reglas gramaticales y le puse un video aquí, donde también explican el past perfect detalle a detalle. ¿Ya? Y 2 guías, una de vocabulario y una de la estructura para practicar ahí estudiar palabras. What a complete package you have to study. Remember, this is for the test number 1, and the test number 2, I'm also going to put something like this. All right, let's continue. So that's it with the structures, okay? It's time to move now to the vocabulary, which I really want to focus on. And I will be using the book again, but I'm moving now to, no, we're not going to check past perfect continuous, okay? It's very easy, but it's not in the test. It's not relevant now, okay? So if you see it, don't practice it. Don't practice past perfect continuous. It's very simple to use, but don't. I just want to go to the time linkers. Time linkers, they help us with the transitions between the verbs, okay, between the actions. So usually when we speak, we are using them to put people in a very logical timeline. So we have here some transitions like when and then and while and as soon as and until. What's the meaning of as soon as? What was the meaning of as soon as?
Tan pronto como.
Tan pronto como. Yes, okay. So tan pronto como sea posible. Yeah. Okay. And the other one, until. Until means hasta. So let's see. It says here, when I'm 17, I'm gonna go to university. Some people go to university with 18, but it's okay. So then we have another one. I'm old enough and I'm going to learn to drive. What do you think? I'm old enough. Cuando tenga la edad suficiente. When I'm old enough, I'm going to learn how to drive. What do you think goes here? As soon as, yes, thank you. As soon as I'm old enough, tan pronto cuando tenga la edad suficiente, as soon as I'm old enough, I'm going to learn to drive. I'm going to meet the right girl and going to get married. Going to meet the right girl in the sequence, then get married. And get married. What do you think?
Then
Get married, yes. It's like the next event, right? And then get married. Entonces, I'm not going to have children. I'm not going to have children. I'm 30. So before 30, no children. After 30, maybe yes. Until, yes, inútil. Inútil. Until. Yes, hasta los 30. Good. And then I'm going to work as a restaurant while I'm in university. Well, lots of people do this. I'm going to work in a restaurant while I'm studying at university. While means that the two events at the same time. So I'm going to be working. I'll be working, and at the same time, I'll be studying. Two things at the same time. All right. Timelinks is not something difficult to understand. It's really easy because we use them regularly. So let's have a look at this one, and we finish. So, for example, let me ask some people. Bravo. As soon as you have enough money, what are you gonna do? For example, as soon as I have enough money, I'm gonna buy a house, a big house. As soon as I have enough money, I'm gonna buy a Jeep. You're gonna buy a car. Good. What about you, Towers? As soon as you have enough money, what you gonna do? Towers is not here. Okay.
Teacher, what was the question?
Towers, come on. Where are you, man?
I'm sorry, teacher. I can hear you very well.
Oh man, honestly, I got my best microphone. The thing is, what you're gonna do as soon as you have enough money?
I think what I'm going to do is to help my mother with changing our home, maybe?
Okay, changing houses?
Or maybe buying more RAM for my computer.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, buy more RAM. Yeah, moving out. Good, that's a good idea. So I'm gonna finish school, and then what you gonna do, guys, when you finish school? But kind of the logical events like going to university. But is anyone here that's gonna do something different? Like gonna finish school and then do something different? Maybe start streaming? Yeah, man. Why not? Why not? Gonna go to university? Yeah. Start streaming. Maybe traveling. Some people take a gap year. Like I'm gonna take a gap year, right? And then probably live. Oh, yeah, this is a good question. Until what age you think you're probably going to live with your parents? Let's see. What's your age? I'll probably live with my parents until what age? What do you think? People? Until what age do you think you're gonna live with your parents? Until 19, because you're gonna study in another city. Well, that's a good prediction. Until 24, maybe. That's true. I lived with my parents until I was 21. Yeah, 21, and then 21. Then I went to live in another country. Then I came back and went to work in another city. Then I came back to my parents, like for a year, 2 years, and then I went to live alone again. Yeah. Comes and goes, but it's nothing is. I mean, it's absolutely great to live alone, being independent, but it's great when you, for example, arrive home and there is food and there is lunch, like mom lunch. Oh man! And when, for example, when you're a kid and you go back home and your bed is already made. Oh man, that's invaluable. That's a treasure. That's a life's treasure. Okay, people always talk about gold and precious stones. For me, mom's food, and when your mom makes your bed, that's precious. That's has no comparison. All right, people. So now we're gonna move to another thing. What time linkers are really easy to get, and we have seen them many times. So what we're gonna do is have a look at some illnesses, collocations. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back to the book, and I'm gonna move here to have a look to illnesses, and actually I'm gonna connect this with my next, yes, this one. Yes, the collocations. Oh no, I made a mistake, sorry. All right, all right, there we go. So let's have a look if you can guess, or you can, yeah, if you can tell me these expressions. For example, how do we say when we are okay, but then we get sick? In Spanish, we say, me agarré un resfrío. What's the expression in English to that? Actually, it's very similar. Almost literal. Yeah. Oh, the chat. You get sick. Okay, you can get sick. I'm going to write it here in the chat.
Something.
Yes, you can get sick or you can catch a cold. Okay, I'm writing it in the chat. Okay, you can catch a cold. That person caught a cold because it's the past, right? Caught a cold is the past simple of catch. All right, good. So what's this person feeling? How's this person? How's this person feeling? That's a better question.
Which one?
The one I'm pointing with the arrow. This one. This person has a scarf, is drinking some tea, so probably feeling.
He got a sore throat.
Sore throat, okay, so if feel ill or feel sick, or probably got a sore throat. All right, this person is touching his forehead. What's going on? And he has a thermometer on his mouth. How do you say that? This person has what?
Fever?
Has fever, yes. So to have fever or have temperature. You have fever or you have temperature. What I'm focusing here, and then I want you to focus too, is that I'm using a verb and then the expression. So I'm using get sick, right? Catch a cold, feel ill, feel sick, get a sore throat, have a sore throat, have fever, have temperature. Those, when we connect those, are called collocations. All right, what about this person? Okay, when you go to the doctor and they say, okay, we need to do something in the hospital, right? Like something more serious, like we need to open your body and extract something. How do you call that expression? This person is having what? She's having a
surgery.
Okay, you can have a surgery, or have an operation. Good, both of them work. She's having a surgery, or you can have an operation. Now, also, if you go to the eye doctor, what's the expression when you go and you have a look at your eyes? You check your eyes. You check your eyes. In this case, you get your eyes checked by a specialist. So you go to the doctor to check your eyes. Now, let's continue with this one. Okay, going to the doctor is not simple, like just going and appearing and say, hello, I want to see a doctor. What do you need to do before that?
Before what? Sorry.
Before get an appointment. The expression is make an appointment. There you go, make an appointment. Good, Mr. Peter. Make an appointment. Make an appointment. Yes, you make an appointment before you go to the doctor, right? You don't really go to the doctor right away. So it's make an appointment. It's not take an appointment, get an appointment, have an appointment. I mean, you can say when you get to the how's it called? God damn it. When you get to the information board, you don't say you can say I have an appointment with Dr. Peter, for example. I have an appointment with Dr. Peter. But actually before that, you make the appointment. You call the secretary, you say, I want to make an appointment with Dr. Peter, please. All right, next one. Okay, so you make an appointment to what? To do what? You make an appointment to see the doctor. Easy peasy. See the doctor, okay? And probably the doctor will say, we'll recommend you to surely take some medicine, right? And if you take some medicine, you will if it is positive, you will
Get better.
get better. Yes. Feel better. Get better. Yes. Get better. Or you can get worse if the medicine wasn't correct. But get better. You get better. Okay, that's the other expression. You get better. And also, they would recommend you to take some exercise. Take some exercise. Okay. Take some exercise.
Or take some rest.
Or take some rest. Or do exercise. Okay. So it's never make exercise. It's not go exercise. It's to take some exercise or do some exercise or take some rest. And with that, they can cure the illness. Okay, that's another expression. Cure an illness. Cure an illness. Finally, just to mention the last one, the last collocation. It's very common that people headaches. There are lots of people who headaches. I'm going to give you the verb. Who suffer headaches. ¿Cuál es la palabra que me falta? Me falta una preposición. Le voy a dar alternativas. Suffer. ¿Cuál sería la correcta que acompañe a suffer? People suffer at headaches. People suffer for headaches. People suffer of headaches. Or people suffer from headaches.
Of.
Ah, interesting. The correct one is suffer from headaches. So it's suffer from. The expression is always suffer from something. So people suffer from migraine. Some other people suffer from earaches. Some people suffer from teeth aches, etc. Okay, teeth pain, whatever. Suffer from. Remember, that is the collocation. Suffer from. All of the expressions that I just mentioned are collocations. Collocations are verbs that always go together with some words. For example, get sick. Okay, you don't take sick or go sick. You feel sick or you get sick or you are sick. You can catch a cold. No, as you get a cold. No, you catch a cold. You feel ill, etc. So the activity from the book that is connected to that is this one. Sorry, I got lots of lines. So quickly, let's match them. It says, our neighbor is in a hospital, so he had what? Have a
Operation?
have an operation. Yes, she had an operation 2 days ago. Goody. So her doctor gave her a medication and she got
Sick.
okay. She got sick. No, but her doctor gave her medication and she got
Better immediately.
better immediately because she gave him medication. If you had a high problems, make an what? Oh, sorry. Make a what?
Appointment
Make an
with a
appointment.
specialist soon.
Perfect. And are you sure it's a cold? Un resfriado. Maybe you should see.
A doctor.
We should see a doctor. And I ate seafood for dinner. I've been feeling sick all night. I've been sick, feeling sick all night. In some, I don't know, in some countries, they tend to use sick and ill differently. It's like, let me have a look here at the vocabulary. Here. Something like ill versus sick. And let's finish the activities because we are on time now. All right, so I don't want to use that because you can use it yourself in the book. I want to use this one and finish. So here we have the expression, see a doctor, make an appointment, take some exercise, have an operation, etc. So what would be the correct one? It says, if I was sick, if I was feeling sick one day after 2 months, I was feeling sick one day a few months ago. I didn't think much about it. But the next day I was feeling ill and I was also feeling very tired. It was the same day and the day after that. My wife told me that I should I should what? That I should see a doctor.
See a doctor.
See a doctor. Now I don't really like going to doctor, but I was starting to get a bit worried. Something just didn't feel right. So I phoned the surgery that afternoon for the next day. What's the correct one? I phoned the surgery that afternoon for the next day. To make an appointment for the next day. The doctor did a few tests and seemed really quite worried. In fact, he was worried that he found immediately an ambulance. I rushed to the hospital and they did more tests. Finally, after 5 hours, a doctor came and saw me. He said that I could have a heart attack at any moment, that I needed to have an operation. Immediately, I was a real shock, but what could I say? So I followed the doctor's orders and spent a few months the next few months taking some exercise. Taking exercise, yeah, that's better. Okay, thank you. So I went for a checkup, and the other day the doctor said I was fine. Just needed to eat a little less and take some exercise. And here, what is here? Making a promise to have an operation. Get better. Getting better? Maybe? Oh yeah, it was okay. All right, people. So then we'll be done. My recommendation would be to have a look at the material. En general. Ill es como enfermo. Okay, I get it. Right, people, that would be the end of the class of today. Remember to check the study material for the next week, and have a good week then. Have a good day, and I'll be seeing you very soon. Okay?
Bye, teacher. Have a great day.
You too, Flo, and happy birthday. Did you have fun?
Bye, teacher. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye, teacher.
Bye, teacher.
Bye-bye.